Hello everyone and welcome to episode 11 of FTB Revelation. How are you doing? Is life good? Life is good here too. So today I want to work a little bit on something slightly different. We don't have a base. We still live in the 9x9 area which we built on first episode and we're still living in that. It's kind of embarrassing. So we should start building a base. And do you also like this area? It looks cool and creepy because I have an Eldritch Guardian in that cage and a cult guy in this one. It looks cool. And that's a pillar of charged Certus quartz ore because we have to get into applied Enegistics. Hi. I was looking at the map and I realized we don't have any space to build a base over ground, and besides it's a modded series and we have a lot of pipes and a lot of cables, so it makes sense to go underground. So I spent 2.5 hours building a base. Don't look at the facade looks horrible and I know that, but I spent a lot of time making this. The original idea was to make a 3x3 Ito door, but unfortunately, since we have a little bit of lag, I cannot synchronize the pistons. So I'm using phantom breakers, phantom placers, and a lot of phantom boosters, a lot of conduits and everything to synchronize this. And this is the door to our base. And there's a portal from Draconic Evolution which will teleport us to our base. The way it works is very simple. We have an entity detector down here which will detect when I'm standing up there and it will emit a redstone signal. The door will break and there is a delay here which will also replace the blocks after I'm through the portal. So let's go and check out the base. Aha! It's an underground secret base. You have no idea where it is. Actually, we're just below the area of the door. Anyway, I have a 3x3 ME controller with P2P tunnels and I'm not going to make a bigger one because it's going to go to waste. I'm not going to even use all the tunnels which are available on this ME controller. So here will be our storage area, which we will have our drives and storage disks. I know these fixtures are not as efficient as the ones as the drives from normal applied Enegistics 2 because they hold 6 storage disks and the other ones hold 10. But I like them. I think they look cool and we will put facades. They will look very nice. Also, these illuminated panels from applied Enegistics 2, they are kind of lamps. So when they're hooked up to the ME controller and they have power, they will emit light. And here is also the portal so that we can get out of here. It will teleport us in front of this one. I kind of like this. I just said that fixtures are not as efficient as a normal ME drive, and I realized I made a huge mistake because you can technically fit 5 of them in one block, so that's 30 disks. This one can only hold 10. This is much more efficient. Well, I'm not going to go with this design obviously because it doesn't make sense. You won't see anything, but generally these will be more efficient and more space friendly. Working on the base without having flight is a problem, so let's have some flight. This is the cheapest way I have right now because the angel ring has been changed. It looks quite difficult, but this should allow me to fly, right? Oh yeah, that is good. Creative flight. I also made this because it is supposed to give me phoenix wings. I don't know how I will. That looks stupid. It's okay, it's not that bad. Yep, we have flight. That's good. So we have done this several times and I don't think we need to explain this again, but anyway, I have prepared everything. We just need to hook up the P2P tunnels. One here and one to the other side. We have 30 channels on each side because we have 30 devices. These illuminating panels, they do not require a channel. They just need to have a connection to the ME system. So everything is online, everything looks good. Also, I tried to use these disk drives inside those fixtures and it crashed the game. So I made an ME IO port and this should import everything inside the system, I hope. Yep, it does. Okay, that's good. So we just chuck them inside. They go inside the discs that are empty and are already inside here. And yeah, I just have to transfer the rest of them. That is good. So we should have access to some of the stuff, I hope. Yep, that is very good. Cool. I just need to do some decorations. I'll be right back. Alright, the decorations are finished, finally. And it's been a few hours later because I had to fill in all of the drives with 64K storages, because apparently if they're half full and you right click on the drive, it will crash your game. So I also crashed my game when I was trying to put the facades around the drives, because accidentally sometimes I right click on some of them and they would try to open, and then I don't know, the server would crash. I don't think I ever need to right click on any of them because they're all full, and some of them are also fluid storages disks. So if we want to do that, we can also have some storage for it, because we have extra cells and, well, why not use it? I did some decorations here. We have some armor, they look cool. And besides, this place was very dark, so I thought if I use enlightened fused quartz, it will give it a little bit of light. And also this is mutagen. When we were breeding bees, I had like a drum of mutagen left, so I thought, yeah, it will look nice because it will break the ground, and well, I like the color. It matches up with the lamps, the illuminated panels. So the only thing remaining is that I also want to put the molecular assemblers and the interfaces here, the CPUs, the crafting CPUs and everything. I have to do a lot of crafting, so let me do that and I will bring you back. Alright guys, this part is also finished. We have 6 sets of CPUs. They have 4 64K crafting storages and 4 core processors, as well as 1 display monitor, so it makes them a 9-piece. And we have 2 sets of decorations because I didn't know what to put here and it was becoming unsymmetrical. We also have 8 sets of interfaces as well as molecular assemblers, so that gives us a total of 64 molecular assemblers. That's quite nice. The only problem that I'm facing right now is that they have changed the recipe for infinity booster cards, and now for crafting that we're going to need quantum entangled singularities. That's a bit tricky. So I have prepared some items. We're going to craft it very soon. Just as an FYI note, I'm only using 5 P2P tunnels right now. We didn't need a bigger controller. That's more than enough. And I'm being very wasteful, because for instance this one is only hooked up to 6 devices and I'm using a P2P tunnel. There is another one here which does the same thing. Is it linked? Yeah, it is linked. Okay, cool. I have no clue how I'm going to set this up, but the idea is very simple. We need to condense 256,000 items into one singularity. And obviously the easiest choice is to use cobblestone because that's the cheapest item available ever. So we need a matter condenser, energy acceptor, a little bit of power and a connection. So let me set this thing up because I have no idea how to do that right now. When it's finished, I will bring you back. Alright, so as I explained, we are going to need to condense 256 items of one type into one singularity. I'm using cobblestone generators in the form of igneous extruder, which is making cobblestone at a very fast rate. And as soon as these things are generating cobblestone, we are exporting it into this matter condenser. So if we look at this thing, you can see that it's almost empty all the time. I'm using 3 export buses with full, most of them, with full speed upgrades. These one have it, right? Yeah, they do. Sorry. So the matter condenser requires a 64K ME storage. This bar will fill in, and once that is filled in, you will have one singularity. And you also have to put it on this output, otherwise if you put it on trash or on matter balls, you will get different items. There is not any way that I can speed this up more unless I add more igneous extruders or add, I don't know, more cables, export buses and everything, but this is a very temporary setup and we don't need to make this more efficient. We need a few singularities, and for that I'm willing to wait. I will do some AFKing and I'll be right back. For AFKing, I actually thought the easiest way is to just go up and put an angel block, because we still have warp and those stupid guys might show up and kill me. I just stay here. I don't think anyone will sneak up on me. So, I have one singularity. In order to convert it into a quantum entangled singularity, we're going to need a tiny piece of TNT, and with a small explosion, we will have two quantum entangled singularities. But I thought we should try something else, something much more fun, hopefully. I'm going to use a mana storm charge. It's a high explosive from Botania, and I just want to see if it works. So, we just drop the singularity there, and... Wait! Okay. That didn't help. Okay. Luckily, that's far away from the base. That's actually cool. I'm regretting my decision, just FYI. Should I go far? Yeah, maybe we stay here. Well, I don't know about you guys, but this was nice. I liked it. It was not very useful though. Well, if big explosions don't work, a small one should. So, that was my Botania charm, and it will stop explosions. Why don't you work? Okay. I'll be right back. Okay, so try number 2. Please work. Did they change the thing, or... I don't know. This time, it should work. And this is an ability from Quark. So if I light this up, and we run away. I hate you. I honestly have no clue what the hell is wrong with this thing, so can I do that? No? Okay. I can do this, I can do this, and hopefully if we fire... You know guys, reading is good. 1 ender dust. Yeah. So that happens. Sometimes I feel very stupid. We already had one. It's okay, I'm going to craft another one because we worked for this one and I don't remember how we got that. Maybe from the dragon? I'm not sure. In order to activate this thing, we are going to need 1 security terminal and 1 wireless access point. And then, if I put my wireless crafting terminal into here, this should be set, and I should be able to open it, put the infinity booster here, and not throw it out. Good. So we should have access to our system, wherever we go. That is good. Also guys, if you come to the Flux controller, there is an option here, wireless charging. You can enable it or disable it. So if it's enabled, wherever I go, whenever I'm using something which requires RF, that will wirelessly provide me with RF. So I don't need capacitor banks or anything else, and I have a problem with chests. As you can see, they just disappear. One of the things that I want to automate is to automate the production of flux crystals and pure Certus cores and pure flux crystals. We do not have A2 stuff in the pack, so we do not have the crystal growth acceleration chamber. But we do have these ones without the chamber. So I set up a small area and we're going to hook this up. The idea is that we're going to have 3 of them here. The 4th one I'm not going to put it because of visual purposes. Then we will drop stuff on this vacuum chest, which I just covered it with, painted it with black concrete. Then I need to put an interface and an open crate from Botania. So This interface will put the ingredients inside this open crate, it will fall into the water, it will be grown, we will set filters for this vacuum chest, and when it's grown it will be collected, and we need an import bus here, which I think I have. Yep, I'm prepared. In order to program this thing, we will say 1 charged Certus quartz plus 1 nether quartz plus 1 redstone equals 2 flux crystals. We make a pattern and this will be going inside the interface. And then we will say in order to make 1 pure Certus quartz, it needs 1 seed. So that's also another pattern, and we do the same for the pure flux crystal. And obviously everything goes inside the interface, so we should be able to autocraft this thing because I already put water and everything is hooked up. So let's test this thing. Oh, before I forget, I also set up a filter for this vacuum hopper, so it will only collect these items. So if we drop seeds or anything else, it will not be collected. So let's give it a test. I don't know, give me like 10 flux crystals. That should be okay. So it dropped. That dropped. Redstone dropped. Okay, it's not incredibly fast. Yeah, but I don't know anything better than this. This could take some time. Okay, let me see what I can do. I made a small change and now everything works perfectly. So if I order 100 of them, everything drops super fast, it gets converted and gets picked up by the vacuum hopper. The mistake I made was that the open crate only has 1 slot, so the interface inserts everything one by one. If you have a chest in between, everything will go super fast, and there is an item conduit with speed upgrades which pushes everything inside the open crate, and it increases the speed of the process significantly. This is actually good, and we just have to decorate this. I will also make some tests with pure Certus quartz and the pure flux crystal and see how fast they are, but I don't think there should be a problem. Okay, this seems fine enough. The other ones are actually for decoration and they serve literally no purpose because the crystals are down here and they will be affected by accelerators which are just right next to them. So these are only for decoration, they don't do anything. I also filled it up with water because I did not want to see the open crate up there, and now I don't see it, which is fine. And this thing works perfectly. It's not incredibly efficient or fast because I'm missing one of the accelerators on the front, but yeah, I'm happy with it. It's nice. At least we can see what's going on inside. The last thing that I want to do today is to make a mob farm using our applied Enegistics system in order to turn on and off the mob farm. So I have already prepared some soul shards, 1 for Blaze, 1 for Blizz, 1 for Blitz, and 1 for not Prismarine Guardian. So the idea is very simple. For instance, I want to have 1000 blaze rods in my system at any given time. So I have prepared some ME level emitters and they will emit a redstone signal whenever I have 1000 blaze rods in my ME network. So it will emit a redstone signal, it will deactivate the soul cage and no longer spawn. And the reason that there is 1 block gap between all these soul cages is that if you put one ME redstone emitter here and another one here, then there is this quasi connectivity jingy, which I have no idea what it is, and it will turn off both of them at the same time. So we don't want that to happen. We are doing it like this. It will be much taller than this eventually because I need to spawn more mobs. I only have 4 of them right now ready. But that's something that I want to do in the future. So let me hook this thing up and I'll be right back. Alright guys, everything is ready. We have a vacuum chest, some filters, a trash can in order to void everything that we don't need, a grinder, and I have already set these level emitters. So this one is set to 1000 blaze rods and it will emit a redstone signal when levels are above or equal to the limit, meaning that if I have 1000 blaze rods inside the ME system, this thing will turn on and this soul cage will be offline. So let's give it a test. And we run out. There you go, we have some blazes and this is a stupid idea. Okay, the grinder works, that's good. So you get the idea, I just have to turn this thing off and it should work. It didn't turn off. I'll go fix this thing. So for future references, a redstone block works. A torch does not. So we just turn them off and we run away again because I need to set the filters, so I need some mob drops. And this is laggy. Very laggy. Okay, so everything is ready and I just have to remove the redstone blocks for this to be active and good to go. The only problem is that we need to cover this area, and I was thinking about dark ineffable glass. Unfortunately, it requires a moonstone. The easy recipe will be this with a diamond, but unstable ingot. I missed these. Let's give it a try. Apparently the resonator now requires 16 grid power, so I made some solar panels because the manual mill only gives me 15. Okay, so the way this works is that you have 10 seconds to finish your crafting, otherwise this will explode and it will kill you. It will not damage the environment, but it will definitely kill you. So let's see if I can do this in 10 seconds. Whoop, 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 and 9. Okay, I managed, but I really want to know what happens if it explodes. Should we try it again? Yeah, we're doing it again. It actually kills you, even with 40 hearts. Oh, did I sleep in the bed? Oh yeah, I did. That's cool. Oh, by the way, I don't know how this thing works, but when I die, I still have my bubbles. That's kind of weird. The good thing about this glass is that you can see through it, you can walk through it, but the mobs cannot. That's a good thing. So this thing is good to go, and we just have to remove these and run away. Bye. Yep, it's working and I am very happy. Alright guys, it's also time to wrap up the episode before it gets super long. This episode we at least managed to make a basic of a base. I mean, at least we have the foundations going on and I can get started with autocrafting, setting up the devices and automate everything essentially. And then we can get into wood, we can get into draconic evolution and do other cool stuff. So, thank you so much for watching and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one. Bye bye.